If someone had told me clearly about these 5 texting mistakes sooner, my relationship probably wouldn't have ended. I learned these mistakes in the hardest possible way, after losing someone I loved deeply. Today, I'm going to share exactly the 5 texting mistakes I wish someone had warned me about clearly before my breakup, so you can avoid repeating my painful emotional experience permanently. Pay close attention, because these emotional truths clearly and immediately matter if you genuinely care about your relationship right now. Mistake number 1, using fine and okay when things aren't fine. Let's clearly address this painful emotional truth immediately. Every time you text fine or okay when you're emotionally upset or hurt, you're silently damaging trust, intimacy, and connection permanently. I did this constantly, pretending emotional issues didn't exist. But hidden pain doesn't disappear, it permanently damages emotional trust clearly and immediately. Dr. John Gottman found couples who minimize emotional discussions, even through small texts like fine, have significantly higher emotional resentment and breakups permanently and clearly. Clearly fix this mistake immediately. Instead of hiding behind emotional dishonesty, text honestly clearly, "I'm feeling hurt right now. I want us to talk honestly about this." Emotional honesty clearly, permanently, immediately saves intimacy, not hidden emotional silence. Mistake number 2, constantly sending "I love you" with no real meaning. Surprising, right? Isn't "I love you" always good? Not clearly and emotionally if it becomes routine, meaningless, automatic. I texted "I love you" constantly, but it lost emotional sincerity clearly, permanently damaging real emotional intimacy silently and powerfully. Dr. Esther Perel clearly explained, when expressions of love become routine, emotional passion permanently dies quietly and clearly. Clearly fix this mistake immediately. Replace meaningless texts with emotionally specific, sincere expressions clearly. "I genuinely appreciate how you listened yesterday. It reminded me why I love you." Real emotional sincerity clearly and immediately revives intimacy permanently, not emotional routine. Mistake number 3, texting important emotional conversations instead of calling. I made this mistake constantly, clearly assuming text could replace emotional conversations permanently. But important emotions can't be fully expressed clearly through texts. Emotional misunderstandings permanently damage intimacy instantly. Psychologist Brené Brown warns clearly, emotional intimacy requires clear, vulnerable conversations, not emotionally limited texts. My constant emotional texting permanently damaged trust and intimacy, clearly creating misunderstandings that eventually led to breakup. Clearly fix this mistake immediately. Always clearly call or speak face-to-face about emotionally significant topics permanently and immediately, not texts. Mistake number 4, using emojis instead of emotional words clearly. This clearly surprised me emotionally. Emojis can permanently damage emotional intimacy powerfully when replacing genuine emotional expressions clearly. A smiley face doesn't clearly replace the emotional power of genuinely saying, "I'm deeply grateful," or clearly expressing vulnerability emotionally and honestly. My emotional laziness, using emojis constantly instead of real emotional words, permanently damaged emotional connection powerfully and silently. Dr. Gottman clearly found, emotional intimacy permanently thrives clearly through genuine emotional expression, not emotional shortcuts. Clearly fix this mistake immediately. Replace emojis clearly with genuine emotional expressions permanently. "You genuinely made me feel special today. Thank you deeply." Real emotional words permanently, clearly, and immediately protect intimacy, not emotional shortcuts. Mistake number 5, waiting too long clearly before responding emotionally. I thought delaying emotional responses clearly protected me emotionally, but emotional silence permanently damaged trust, intimacy, and emotional safety clearly and immediately. My emotional silence permanently signaled emotional neglect, abandonment, and disinterest clearly, even unintentionally. Clearly, emotional responsiveness permanently protects intimacy powerfully and immediately. Dr. Sue Johnson clearly says, immediate emotional responsiveness permanently strengthens relationships powerfully and clearly. Clearly fix this mistake immediately. Always clearly respond emotionally as soon as possible, even briefly, clearly acknowledging emotional importance permanently. "I see your message clearly. I'm tied up now but genuinely want to discuss this fully tonight." Emotional responsiveness clearly, immediately, and permanently protects emotional intimacy, not emotional silence. Let me clearly share my painful emotional truth. I unknowingly committed these emotional texting mistakes constantly. Each emotional mistake silently, clearly, and permanently damaged intimacy until emotional trust and connection disappeared completely. Only after emotional breakup did I clearly see exactly how these texting mistakes permanently damaged intimacy powerfully and clearly. If I'd known these clearly earlier, emotional intimacy could have permanently survived powerfully and immediately. Your relationship clearly deserves this emotional clarity permanently today, not after emotional damage permanently occurs. Clearly imagine how many relationships silently, emotionally, and permanently suffer exactly these texting mistakes clearly, without ever knowing exactly how to fix them immediately and clearly. You clearly have immediate emotional power now to permanently and powerfully save intimacy clearly by urgently sharing this emotional truth immediately and clearly. Tag your partner clearly, tag friends urgently, immediately stop emotional damage permanently and clearly. Your immediate emotional share clearly and powerfully protects emotional intimacy permanently and immediately. Never underestimate your immediate emotional influence clearly. Your immediate next steps: immediately fix these texting mistakes clearly and permanently today. Your relationship urgently and permanently deserves immediate emotional protection clearly and immediately. Clearly comment emotionally below, which texting mistake emotionally surprised you clearly today. Your emotional openness clearly and permanently inspires emotional courage immediately and powerfully in others clearly. Subscribe clearly and immediately. Your relationship urgently deserves daily emotional wisdom clearly, consistently, and permanently. We're clearly here daily to emotionally guide you powerfully and permanently. Relationships clearly and permanently thrive through emotional honesty, clarity, and immediate emotional responsiveness, not emotional neglect, silence, or routine. Permanently and clearly. Today, clearly and permanently choose immediate emotional clarity, honesty, and responsiveness permanently, not emotional mistakes clearly and permanently. Immediately fix emotional texting mistakes clearly and powerfully today. Immediately and permanently protect emotional intimacy powerfully and clearly today. Because your relationship urgently and permanently deserves emotional clarity, honesty, responsiveness, not emotional neglect, silence, or misunderstandings clearly and permanently. Make today clearly and permanently the moment you immediately and emotionally protect intimacy clearly, immediately, permanently, and powerfully.